Hey family, aka wealth builders. Look, we got to get into some things because it's holiday time and we need to talk. Okay, you guys know the state of the economy is not that great right now. And I just want us to be safe, and I want us to be mindful during this holiday season. Even if the government opens back up, there were people who went without money for weeks, okay, for the furlough and stuff like that. And also, there are still just people that are laid off. That is stressful, and that's going to cause tension when people want to still do things for the holidays for their children, and they are in a bit of a financial situation. And I want you guys to be mindful of this, okay? So imagine every year you do these grand gestures, and now this year money's kind of funny. Men don't like being broke. They don't like for people to think they're broke. They are the breadwinners of their household most times, and they don't like that. Women, we don't like being broke either, and we are breadwinners now as well, but we don't even like having to tell ourselves no, much less having to deal with the fact that we just don't have it, right? And it's out of our control because of the economy and because of, the government. Listen, tension is high. Holiday already bring out a lot of high tensions in people anyway. Please be mindful of your neighbor. I can promise you, if you get into it with someone, it probably has nothing to do with you. And I just want you guys to be mindful. If it's not your situation, be mindful of what they may be going through and walk away, because people have road rage. And also, once again, in the stores, people already kind of act a little irate during holiday time. But now it's even worse, okay? Which brings me to my next thing, because I just want you guys to be safe. What are we doing as far as our budgeting for the holiday? Let me tell you guys something. Holiday come every year as long as the Lord give you breath in your lungs. But it might be time to start looking at the way we're doing things when it comes to spending our money during the holidays, okay? Now, I will tell you a secret that I do regarding my family. I prepare them months in advance that I'm not getting them anything for the holidays, okay? I know that sounds crazy. You might call me selfish, but there's a reason. We don't have a lot of children in our family, and that's something that I just had to take note of. And we're adults. We all make really good money, and we just don't need anything. And I don't need anything from them except for like time, or if they want to go on vacation or something like that. Now, y'all might say that's self-serving. It's my money, okay? And I tell them this because I don't want them to feel obligated to buy me anything, okay? But I do know that people care about the holidays and they still may want a gift. That at least lets me not feel guilty because I talked to you about it, okay? Also, I do believe that people should be thought of, and I want people to feel good. So their birthdays is where I shine, right? That's one person on one day versus having multiple people on one day where I'm spending a ridiculous amount of money and then, not being too happy about it to some degree going into the new year, right? Because that is just a lot of money to spend at one time. I think that would really help you guys in this space because so many crucial conversations has to be had at this point, meaning managers have to have these conversations with their employees, especially if they're giving to lay them off or whatever the case is. Family members have to have crucial conversations with each other. That book will really help. And like I said, it's in my Amazon storefront. Comment down below if you guys want to hear a little bit more about that as well. Now, the reason I'm telling you guys to have this conversation is because you'd rather be ahead than behind. When the wealthy stop spending money, I'm telling you guys, you need to start paying attention. Cardi B referenced on her social media that even the wealthy is taking a hard hit right now with what's going on because you don't really see them talking about buying things. People aren't flexing like they used to, like that jewelry. I haven't seen nobody with money to their ear in a while. Maybe that's played out. Either way, I haven't seen anybody like money rolls on their arms and just stuff like that. And also the ultra wealthy, they never really brag a lot in that space, but they are taking hits. There are people who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars that are taking hits along with millionaires. Okay, this economy is affecting everyone, and so that's just a conversation that needs to be had in your household so you can know where you stand and where you guys want to go when you're moving forward with money, even when the economy is good. You should just know that, right? All right, let's get into number 4, lifestyle. Look, we love nice things. We love our things, okay? And I get it, right? However, I just want to give you guys just a little thought here, right? if you're going to spend money, sometimes, right, a good quality item just goes a long way versus buying all these little impulsive things along the way. I will give you a strong indicator that we all probably did during pandemic. We had nowhere to go, and yet we were spending money. It was insane. Like, I bought so much stuff during pandemic that I wish I hadn't bought. I don't even know what all I bought. All I know is we bought some things. Every time I turn around, there was an Amazon package at the house. I'm pretty sure Amazon should have given all of us some of their stock. Now, not saying that those things that we bought weren't useful or that we didn't, get some use out of them, but a lot of little things add up. If you notice, if you keep going to the convenience store buying little things, it adds up. If you go to the grocery store buying here today, it adds up. If you buy clothes here today, it adds up. So what I'm encouraging you guys to do, right, in general, this is not just because of what's going on in the economy, but this is even more pertinent for us to pay attention to, right? Right now, social media is going crazy with selling you guys things. Like, if you go to TikTok, almost everything is telling you to shop TikTok. I mean, it's becoming just a big swap meet on TikTok at this point. But Instagram, they doing it too. All these girls, they're influencers, and don't get me wrong, I do have storefronts. I keep telling you guys I have things, and most of the things in my storefront I use, and I just want to share it with you guys. But I'm telling you, be mindful of keep requesting links when you see people with those outfits on, and next thing you know, you spent $500 in 1 month. That might not sound like a lot, but that's not a luxury. It's just 500 little things that you may or may not wear, and it may have just been an impulsive buy, and you're doing this monthly, okay? And just look at your lifestyle and look at, do you really need this? Are you going to wear this? How long will it take for you to wear this? Because the season is only a certain amount of time before you will need another set of clothing, right? And so it's just to be mindful, because I don't know what's going on. It's like, in the economy is so bad, the inflation is so high, yet people are just still just buying things. And it just reminded me of pandemic when we did this. We spent some money during pandemic. I know, because I know. Just know that I know, because I was able to see a lot of that, money come through businesses here in our state, okay? And so our state did really, really well during pandemic, actually, financially. And you do want your state to do that. You do want to put back into your communities, but this is not even being poured back necessarily into your communities. This is going into people that are all over the world. This is, you're just shopping links, right? Making big business richer. And that's fine if you're not getting poor. You know what I mean? If you're every month looking at your bank account, like, what did I buy? And I'm stressed out. It's those little purchases. Once again, I'm not telling you not to treat yourself. That is not what I'm saying. But maybe don't go weekly. Have a strategy in place. Hey, maybe set aside a certain amount of money a month. I'm not going to stop shopping just because of the economy, but here's my budget that I will stay in, and honor that. Honor that for yourself, because if you can hold out a little bit more, put a little bit more into actual accounts that grow your money, in 6 months, you can be back balling. You can be back living the lifestyle that you want to, and the economy may be better, right? All I'm saying is have a strategy in place for everything that I'm talking to you guys about. Don't just be frivolous because you're stressed out, because I promise you, some people, when they get stressed out, they overeat, they overindulge. Some people overly spend. Some people get angry and lash out. So everything I'm talking to you about is shopping behavior. Is what's going on when you don't have money. It's the behaviors that come with that. One thing about life, it's an adjustment. You can always have a plan in place that just helps guide you along, but something could come up and throw that plan out of whack as well. So we just want to know that we are trying, and we're just not out here flailing and just stressed out because we feel like life is being unfair to us. Because I'm telling you right now, it rains on the just and the unjust. Like I said, even the wealthy have hard times. And even if it's not a financial hard time, they probably don't have no family. They may not have no support system. They may not have friends. Money doesn't change everything, but money can change everything. It's a word. I'm telling you, money can change everything. Money can break up marriages. Money can have you depressed. Money can have you happy. That's why you have to have something else that you believe in, that you lean on, and that always guides you back to your North Star as to what makes you happy in life. And I lean in the Lord, and I lean on my family in this space. Yes, I believe in the Lord. Let's be clear. I have a relationship with him. Things ain't always perfect with me, meaning I still have a life. I still hang out. I still cuss a little bit. But I pray a lot. I lean on the Lord a lot. It is a journey. And every day I can see where he's done things in my life and making me a better person and a better version of myself. I also journal a lot. So these are things that you guys can take in mind when we're talking about being stressed out. This is my 5th thing, by the way. I'm telling you guys that it's hard out here, and I know that we're all going through a lot, but I'm trying to give you some gems that can help you balance that out a little bit so it don't seem as stressful on you with what's going on. Be mindful about your spending. Have a strategy in place that even if I'm not going to stop spending, I at least know like how much I'm spending a month. I can account for it so that I don't end up like I did during pandemic, spending a lot of money and not really knowing what I did with it. I'm buying necessities first. I'm willing to have open conversations with my partner. If I'm not in a relationship, I'm willing to have open conversations with myself about my situation. I'm willing to talk to my family about spending money in certain ways and gifting and what I can and can't do, or what I'm willing to do and what I'm not willing to do, and standing on that, right? And so the outlets for this can be budgeting. It can be a journal where you're actually writing down your feelings so that you can process it before you say it. Process it before you, I can't stress this enough. Process it before you say it. Even in any of these conversations that you're going to have with people, process it before you say it. Meaning you don't have to severely like get stressed out behind it, but you don't want to just be angry, or you don't want to be frustrated. You want to have some type of idea of how you want the conversation to go, right? Once again, being mindful of what is going on in other people's lives, even if it's not you. It can definitely have been a family member, a friend's friend, meaning even your children's friends. Households may be affected by what's going on. Help a friend to help a friend. If you can't help them financially, sit with them, pray for them, whatever we can do right now to help each other through these holidays. And I will drop this last little thing for you guys, and definitely subscribe so that you can hear my next video on this topic. Winter in general can make people really sad. Don't get this social media thing confused and see how people are so happy. You need to talk to people, reach out to them. You need to pray for them. I'm telling you guys, don't just assume people are good, because even outside of the holidays, the change in weather, the change in daylight savings time affects people. Okay, look, family, I can help you guys, like I said, with those compound interest accounts to help protect and grow your money. And I want you guys to make sure you click down below and watch my other videos too, so I can show you how the fixed index annuity can help you in that space of retirement with your job and outside of your job. If you're laid off, you can roll that 401k over and protect that money, and also any other life insurance policies. But listen, comment down below. Let's talk. Let's have conversations surrounding some of these topics. And if you guys need help starting those conversations, remember there's a community tab here with YouTube so that we can just talk and we can get it figured out together. We are Wealthy Community. That's who we are. And we are building our wealth mindset. And that includes health, mental health, physical health, mental health, lifestyle, travel, all things good to help us live the life we're living right now for the rest of our lives. We want to live this life even in retirement. And I got you guys. So thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and make sure you watch all the other videos. Comment down below and also click the links, because I'm going to give you guys a free quote.